All right, guys, so in this module, we're going to be talking about how to pay off your mortgage faster. So we did kind of briefly discuss about prepayment privileges. What is a prepayment privileges? Now, every standard mortgage or the mortgage that you have right now has some benefits and privileges built into it. One of them is called prepayment. What that does is you're allowed to make extra payments onto your mortgage. Anything extra that you put on your mortgage goes right towards your principal. So it doesn't even affect your interest and it helps pay down your mortgage, right? So the standard prepayment privilege that I've seen is 20/20, and I'll explain that to you. So 20 just means, so your original mortgage balance, not what you currently have right now, but the day you started your mortgage balance, you're allowed to put 20% as a lump sum down every year, every calendar year, without any penalties. So calendar year is from January to December, right? So you can put 20% down every calendar year without any penalties. And what that does is it automatically reduces your principal by that amount, whatever you pay down, because it's not going towards interest, it goes right towards principal. The other 20 option is you can take your monthly payments, you can also increase them by 20% as well. So let's say if your payments are $1,000 a month, you can increase them by 20%. Now you can take them up to $1,200. That extra 20% once again goes right towards your principal. It doesn't hit any interest and it pays down your balance a lot sooner. So what this happens in the situation is your payments will stay the same, but now your interest cost is going to go down because your payment has a portion, right? So a payment is kind of broken into principal and interest payment. So in a situation, if you're paying prepayment privileges, now your principal portion will continue to increase and your interest costs will continue to decrease, but the payments will stay the same. But this just means that you're paying off your mortgage a lot sooner, because mortgage payments and mortgage interest is actually calculated on a decreasing balance. So when your mortgage payments are decreasing, mortgage balance is decreasing, your interest cost is decreasing as well. And here's a little tip and trick that I'd like to teach my clients is that, so prepayment privileges are based on calendar year. So let's say you bought a house in June, you have from June to December to make a payment, but as soon as January hits, you can start, that clock starts again. So you can actually put an extra 20% down at that time, and then it can actually help reduce your balance as well. And a lot of questions I get from a lot of clients is, if it's 20%, do I always have to do 20%? And that's not the case, right? So you can put as little as 1% all the way up to 20%, whatever is comfortable for you to put down. There's no minimum, right? The maximum is 20%. So you can put as much as you want to, up to 20%, and as little as you want to as well. And same with your payments, right? You don't have to increase them by 20%. You can increase them by $100 every payment period, or $200 depending on what the maximum is. Any little bit that you're going to put extra onto your mortgage will just help pay it down a lot quicker and faster. Also, let's say you have a small remaining balance left on your mortgage and you've, let's say, paid it off for a number of years and you only have a certain amount. And if that certain amount kind of falls within your prepayment privileges, you can actually pay off that mortgage without any penalties. So if it falls within your 20% and that's all that's remaining, you can technically pay it off at that time because you're allowed to do that without any penalties whatsoever.